let's be sincere as Kenyans. This e-citizen is not supposed to be operational from these findings of this audit report. That's the truth.
E-citizen platform is a scam.
A special audit report done by Kenyan Government Auditor General Nancy Gathungu reveals that an amount totaling to 11 billion Kenya shillings has been lost on the platform e-citizen, costing the Kenyan taxpayer a heavy deal. Now, some of the reasons given as to why that amount just disappeared into thin air. Number one is erroneous payments done by the service providers, including unauthorized transferred as well as irregular collections. This is bizarre. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna take you through the details of the Auditor General's report. 7 billion Kenya shillings is being held improperly by the service providers, and this just calls for the attention and even raises concern whether the persons or the entities that have been tasked and mandated to run the e-citizen platform, are they professional? Are there any other transactions that they're doing behind the scenes? Because we expect, because a platform such as e-citizen that gives so many other services, including the IDs, remember education as well was to be on the e-citizen platform. Whenever you're applying for your immigration, even immigration details and transactions are still on e-citizen, taxation details as well, licensing, many other services. In fact, they said up to 22,000 services are on the e-citizen platform. But look, the service providers are not ethical. So 7 billion Kenya shillings is unaccounted for. But then it doesn't even end there. This is just the beginning of this, a report. It says 2.5 billion Kenya shillings is being unaccounted for in what is believed to be a settlement account. Unaccounted for. Another reason they're saying there's some of the transactions that, for example, if an entity was to be paid, let's say 100 million, it was paid, maybe they received 500 million Kenya shillings, half a billion. So they're giving reasons such as erroneous payments and duplicate payments, like 127, maybe you received twice or triple the amount, costing the taxpayer. The gag here is 127 million Kenya shillings was transferred without authority or unauthorized from the public pay bill service 22222 to 4 individuals, unaccounted for, untraceable, unnamed. The same transaction again, according to the Auditor General report, was captured on 25th of January in 2024. 4 transactions of amount 127 million were done to private, unidentified, untraceable individuals on January 25th, 2024. Meaning that these guys are minting big. And remember the public pay bill service 22222. Whenever you're applying for your passport, your IDs, these licenses, the KRAs, there's some businesses as well that go, including Matters Land. Everything is there. So meaning that this amount is not going to the National Treasury account. It's going to private individuals. 11 billion Kenya shillings is wild and just insane. It doesn't end there. There's an entity named Wandabwa and Associates that was tasked to be in charge and just, run this e-citizen platform and plus many others. It shared a document where it revealed that they have no idea what the hell is going on with some of these unauthorized, erroneous transactions. It doesn't end there. It goes ahead and reveals that 1.8 billion Kenya shillings from the public was collected irregularly, termed as a convenience fee. For example, I'll give you, whenever you're applying for a passport, or let's say you have the old passport and you have to update it to the latest passport that has a QR code. So you have to pay again instead of you just going and maybe, getting it updated and being given, a better passport. You're paying a convenience fee, meaning that if that convenience fee is supposed to be, let's say 1,500, you'll pay 3,000 for it, which is unfair and unconstitutional. So 1.8 billion Kenya shillings, imagine, was collected irregularly as a convenience fee from the public, which is not supposed to be collected according to the auditor's report. But again, the battle is whether the persons or the entity running the e-citizen platform is owned by government. And I remember we had this conversation, I think, on the show, and I even saw Eric Latif, Mariam, and Janet Bishar. They had this same conversation. They interviewed someone and asked them on the show, live on TV, who owns or who runs the eCitizen platform. It is now being believed that, in fact, the eCitizen platform is being run by a private entity known as Webmaster Limited, raising concerns on issues that have to do with data. This is government data. This is data of a country. If a private entity is running it, that's not owned by government, then it puts everything at stake. They can manipulate. And that's why we're seeing all this unaccounted for. 11 billion Kenya shillings per is a lot. Nairobi County alone collects up to 8 billion plus per month in terms of revenue. You can imagine how many transactions have been done on eCitizen platforms, and they even wanted to add education, like parents, guardians were to pay fees via the eCitizen platform. They would have looted everything. And also, I hear the Cabinet Secretary ICT, that is William Kabogo, alongside National Treasury John Mbadi, are being summoned for a grilling session to just give an account of what the hell is going on, because the eCitizen platform is not supposed to be run by 3 ministries according to this report. It should be domiciled, let's say if it is the immigration department, let it run it, so that if there's any erroneous, irregular or fraud or anything detected, we have to question. We are dealing with one entity, but these guys who are very brilliant, they split it into 3. So by the time we were tracing to recover this amount, if this government would have been already out of office by the time we are trying to come up with receipts of this and this and this, and this is who to arrest. So you guys are cooked.